Boom! Hellowdy and welcome, ladies and gents. So, what have I done? Write something not in the wrong window. What have I done with it? Okay, now I see. Now I see that's got to be here. This. Okay. Okay, so Hellowdy and welcome, ladies and gents. So, another Saturday Scrap Night Live. A little bit delayed, but oh well, it is how it is. Just live. And yeah, what can I do? Pum 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 pum. No, here. So let's start it. Let's have some fun, ladies and gents. So number one guest of tonight was Mr. Electronic. There we go. Hellowdy. Why this is not live? Oh yeah, it is live. Just a little bit delayed. Okay then. Pum pum pum. There's his trophy for being number one guest, and point goes for, yeah, everyone know where points go. Pum, pum, pum. Then Miss Solers stopped by. Hello, Solers. Welcome. Good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone got like awesome weekend. Oh, I haven't seen Mr. Lee stop by. Hello, Lee. Welcome. And then Mr. Scrapman stopped by to release his pressure. Welcome, Scrapman. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Poor preparation. Yeah, it is poor preparation. Agree on that. Mr. Bolt show up. Hello, sir. Welcome. And thanks for your thumbs down. Always appreciated. Mr. Jules show up. Hello, Jules. Welcome. Mr. Tommy show up. Hello, sir. Welcome. Under pressure? Ah. Not wearing my skirt today. I don't wear my underpants. What's wrong, Jules? Did your washing machine get broken or what? Okay, so anyway, ladies and gents. So, don't go on camera. Hello, Miss Jeanette. Welcome. Too hot. Okay. The temps drop in here, so it's not that hot anymore. I'm actually surprised I'm in the t-shirt today. But yeah. It's not bad. What do I got? 17 degrees in here, so not bad. Not bad. 17 degrees. I still got like open window out there, so it's not that bad whatsoever. We call it going commando. Oh yeah, I know that term. Yeah, we call that too. Okay, so ladies and gents, what do we gonna do tonight? I know we did like plenty copper recovery last few times, and tonight it's not gonna be much different because again we're gonna do some copper recovery. No, I didn't hide the keys from last week. I'm wearing my 80s dead head hippie girl outfit. Okay. Boats, can you please not join the camera tonight? Uh, I don't think people are ready to see that. Yeah, I was speaking copper recovery. Yeah, last few streams we done that. I just trying to clean up the bench a little bit. So let's move the camera a little bit. And yeah, I did actually clean up decently the spot, that spot out there. It's fairly clean. I got the floor space out there, and I begin to clean up this area in here. And it's also like this tiny little pile in front of it, but behind it, it's floor space. But this little thingy right there, it's our subject tonight. It is some kind of electric motor, but it's got some add-ons, like I don't know, maybe some kind of generator or something like that. I have no idea. About to work on some beer recovery. There you go. I forget about aluminum. Oh, hey, no problem. I got one here. I believe it's sitting here since like 2 weeks or so. So aluminum recovery gonna be happening as well. So ladies and gents, yeah, 17 degrees. Don't need to chill. Cheers for the good time, for the good show. Nice. I'm fergalicious. Okay. If anyone's seen my channel, I had a mountain of copper bars. I needed to pay my property tax, and I had to part with 500 pounds of them. And what that supposed to tell us? You want to sell your bars? Okay, I want to wear the glovies. And then let's grab this little bugger. Can you see it? No, not really. Okay, let's lift it for a while, because I believe this bugger can be a little bit heavy. Oi, brush. Do I got brush? Yes, I do got brush. Let's clean it up out there. There's no meaning to carry the dust. Okay, let's say it's kind of clean. Oh! Dang, he's 30 kg at least. I wouldn't struggle with 30 kgs. That's more than 30 kgs. Hellowdy, Mr. John Latt. Whew. So, is that a grinder motor? I don't know. I'm about to find out. This is, ladies and gents, I got huge plate in here with all the information what I need, I believe. And it's saying Hitachi Ltd, Tokyo, Japan. Actually, I got like 2 plates in one. Induction coupling type EF0 form ES kg slash dash M 0.48 50 hertz DC 27 volts 1.2 amps. So I believe that is like kind of generator, right? I guess. Bearings, no info. Shield bearings, 6206, 6206. Yeah, that's just bearing code, not code, models of bearings. Insulation, F. Temp price, 85C. Ambient temperature, 40C. Continuously work. MFG, manufacturer number. Yeah. Date. Oh, we got date. 83rd. That's 1983. So that's definitely going to be copper, right? Induction motor. Type YTE something K. 0.75 kilowatts. So like what? 3 horse? Something like that? Yes. Sound about right, Solars? Come on. It's still looking like a good condition. Amps. 3.5, 3.8, 2 phase. Code HK bearings. Same bearings, 6206. 70 degrees temp. Insulation A. That one was F. This one is E. 20 volts. 1000 RPM per minute. Okay, what else to say? I still believe that is a generator. Anyway, engine, it is right there. How are we gonna get into this little thingy? I don't know. It is heavy. It does got like little wire connected to it. And this wire going, straight into this little box. Hit it with a sledgehammer. Was it still in? Come on. That's not the stuff for hitting with the hammer. Anyway, why this is just one phase wire? Oh yeah, we would need like half capacitor to run this little bugger. Oh yeah, that's for coupler. So I believe that is the coupler. That is the motor. Induction coupling, induction motor. Volts 220, 240, 384, 15. Ow! Crap. I hit the spot what make the power going in. Scrappers don't care if the screws are still on or the cover is on. I don't care what scrapyard thinks. I care about what I'm gonna do with it. So I'm gonna open this little thingy here first, and then I would like to see the connectors. But for that, I will need like Phillips one Phillips screwdriver. I got one for the machine. Oh, I got one on the machine as well. Okay. What do we got? Oh, little motor connected like a star. So 3 together, and then we got like 3 phases. So basically, someone used simple wire, very thin, and if I feed it with 3 phases, that bugger is supposed to turn, right? Wait. No, it's out there. 3 phases socket I got out there. But I can. Can I use the star connection with? Of course I can. Okay, wait, because I got the plan. Hello, dude. Welcome. Okay, if I got like 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking. Dang, that's hard. I just dig out some capacitors from like some last scrap out. I got 8 microfarads and I got 20 microfarads. If I connect this thingy to the face and then connect it together with this one, and then no, it's not gonna work. I need 3 phases for this bugger. But no, I do not. Volts, they say 220 with the cup, of course. How was it? There was long time and no trying to wire up the motor. Why not? Stripping wire? No. Not yet. Maybe later on. How was that connectors? I done that million times, but that was million years ago. And oh, I got the pluggy. So yeah, I think I know. There was one phase running straight, second phase going or neutral going to the cup, not neutral going straight to the motor, then the phase going to the cup and to the second terminal of the motor, and the third output from the cups go to the third connector at the motor. I believe that was something like that, if I recalling correctly. Okay, so we got a cup, or I can just bring the wire. I had the wire with the 3-phase. That's going for 3-phase, yes? Yes, 380 415. So I can directly go straight with 3-phase in here. Okay. That's going to be either fireworks or good fun. We just want to, yeah, this moving freely. Okay. Mm-hmm. What about here? No. Maybe. Oh. No. Oh wait, maybe I didn't have the crap. Crap. This thing is MPT. This thing is MPT. Okay, 2 seconds. Yeah. Put a tongue on the terminals and spin the motor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Got that? That's an old style, I believe 70s, three-phase pluggy. So, question is, can I reach? Can I reach there with this wire? Of course I can. Okay, then I need a piece of wire. Piece of wire like that. There were some wires, longer ones. Okay, that ain't gonna work. We got to find something here then. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that will do. Yeah, got some. This is just plastic. Some scrap wire. So now I need some wire cutters. Got some. Evening, Steve. Hellowdy. So that's for scrap. Crap! How lucky am I? Not just two core wires. That ain't gonna do. Yeah. Rice clip, Rafal fry. I'm not gonna fry anything. I bet so. Okay, found some wires. That's what I need. Hellowdy, Jill. Welcome. So, okay, now we need 8 milli socket or key. Yay! No, that's not 8, that's 6. Okay, then. Got no 6, so we're gonna use EMP generator. Probably. Okay, we remove this little wire. We don't need that. I cannot remove it. Back, grab, snip, clip, and cut. There we go. That's for the scrap. That's just vacuum wire. One washer. Dang. The washer fly away. That's no good. Oh, I got too many washers. Never mind. Where'd the second go? Oh, there it is. Mark prediction. He flicks the switch. The string cuts out, and we are left on the cliffhanger till the next week. Scrap bun. There is chance for that. Definitely. Always. I hope not. We will see him without eyebrows. Yeah, that's another possibility, but I don't think so. Bold again. It's 220, not 110. You know. Yeah, I use the yellow and green because I got like 3 wire cable. That's why I use those, and I'm gonna connect them to the 3 phases. That's the plan. Oh, Hellowdy, HH Recycling. Okay. Now we get to open this bugger up. I need this one, last one, another one, and the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those 3 I don't need. Yeah. Like so. Anyone betting on the cause word? Yeah, you may try. So we got it here, here. This one goes there, like so. And this one go in the center. Dang, I hate those old style pluggies. That's why probably we not use them anymore. Okay, let's put this thingy back. Why not? Okay, so yes, I do, Scrapman. No worries. Got it on my wrist. Okay, so ladies and gents, this thingy kind of holding, so good enough. Moment of the truth. Let's stick this thingy to the power and let's find out. Seems like in the. So if I disappear, you know what happened, right? Why this is so tangled? Uh, I know, I know. I didn't disappear because I did blow the fuses. I did not. I did find out the plug. I haven't plugged it yet. I just have to shut down the little plug. Okay, I'm gonna show you because yeah. No, I just go to another PC. so you not have too much laugh out of me. I didn't blow the fuses, and the thing it began to spin. Anyway, wait, wait. Be patient, please. Let me. I just need to switch to the what? The phone somehow. StreamYard. StreamYard. Okay. Can I join or I need to put the link for myself? That's a good question. Yeah, sign in. Okay, never mind. I gotta do something else. Boom, 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 boom. What if you are working on? Thought it was just motor. No, it's not just a motor. It's some kind of generator or something like that. Mm, anyway. Wait. Boom. I have to go like so. Scrap accelerator. Exactly. Then I need to go on YouTube. My screen. There we go. I got to wait until commercial goes. Okay, there we go. Boom. And now I need to click this thingy. Boom. Yay. It's kind of working. Continue with YouTube. Okay, yeah. Order. Entering studio. Yes. Continue. There we go. Yay. Camera. Settings. Settings. I click settings. There is the button. Okay, there we go. I'm on it, peeps. I'm about to show you what's going on. Okay. Maybe later on I can switch it. Yay. Okay, I see myself. Okay, add, remove. Okay then, login, switch camera, front facing back. This one. Ready? And on camera. There we go. Now we're talking, peeps. Okay, so, ow. What did happen? This thingy go down, cause as I got my plug here where I can connect it, you see now it is on 0. Can you see it? Yes, you can see it. It's on 0 now. So I can lift it and plug it. Earlier it was on 1, and that's where my machines connected. So to connect it, I cannot even open this little latch to connect anything, I got to go to the 0, and that's where my PC died. Now, actually, at the 0, I can connect it to the. Oh, come on, boom, connected. Go to 1. And this thingy rolling, not turning here. And yeah, screw me off because it's got the power again. I don't know what it does, but oh well. What I want to do, it is. Sorry, at the moment I do not see the chat, but I'm gonna be able to see it quite soon. Wait, how am I gonna do it? Like so? Maybe like so? I got like little folder here. I believe I did shut it down for a second. Anyway, it's going. How this folder works. Some buttons, springy thingy. Or what? Ah, there it is. Let's. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I would like to open this little cup and 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 measure it. But this thing it doesn't turn. Why? That's supposed to turn. We got some kind of sensors in here. Okay, never mind. 1, 2. Got 3 calls. I don't know. Okay, measurement thingy. Crap, I don't have it again. Okay, got it now. Let's see what we can see in here. Nothing. Mm, yeah, we clearly got like 3 phases here. Yeah, we got 400 volts. Great. In here, we're supposed to have, according to this, 27 volts and 1.2 amps. In here. And we got 0 point. We got nothing. Why is that? Seeing this thing is broken. Oh well, that makes sense. This bugger end up in the scrapyard. So, but the engine is good. It is turning. Do I need that kind of engine, or this thing you need some kind of activating stuff? I don't know. Anyway, let's shut it down, because there's no meaning to run it. Oh, there we go. And put my PC back on. It's still turning. And yeah, PC bugger. Start again. Okay, so ladies and gents, now I can scrap it out. Yeah, this thingy going on. It's gonna take like a few seconds, or 15, 20, 30. That's another PC from the scrapyard. Yeah. It's still going. Yay! Okay, start up the. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. YouTube or Chrome. Okay. No, yes, please. Open up my pages. Entering the studio. Yay! StreamYard. I want to have StreamYard in this screen. Enter. Yep. Which one it is? Okay, so I'm gonna go out from this and add this one to the stage. I lost my bet about crap. Mute this mic. There we go. All in the middle of the garage. Yes, you did lost. Thank you very much. Okay, close this bugger. Like so. Hide it in the pocket. I found a computer someone threw out a long time ago by the curb, and after fix it, they use it for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way. Okay, so as this bugger is still turning. Can you see? Slowly, but surely going down. Anyway, we did find out this bugger ain't working. So, as I said, now I can just, with clean mind, scrap it out. So, unconnect the wire, what I just did. Yeah, it's still going. Okay, so let's go. There we go. So, piece of scrap wire, scrap wire. Thank you very much for your service. You did a great job. Now just lay there and wait until I get time to scrap you out. It must have a magnetic clutch. You have to apply power to the coil to activate the output. You may be right. That's probably those two terminals, and those three probably it is producing the power. But I don't care. I'm gonna scrap it out now. Now I fulfill my need of finding out this thing is some kind of failing or whatever. How much time does it take to me? Where's the counter? Counter is a good one. 56 minutes. That's supposed to be the whole whole scrap show. What not even begin yet. Oh well. Good one. I play around with the scrap for almost 1 hour when I supposed to scrapping it. Hello, James. Welcome. Good one. Good one. Oh well, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna scrap it. So prepare yourself for. I believe the first thing what I'm gonna do is gonna be separating the motor from the rest of it, and that seems like 10 millis. I luckily have like 10 milli key. Oh yeah, hey, really? So easy. I expecting a little more resistance, but okay. Okay, two thread screws, two more. Oh, this one is even loose. Wait, this one is loose too. Okay. No, yeah, I don't see they use like Windows PC out there. Okay, now is the question. As I remove those four screws, there is clearly like line of the engine connected to the rest of it. How big tension or kind of connection it does to the rest of it? Will it come or not? So, little test, few taps with the little. What year is motor made and by who? By Hitachi, Tokyo, Japan, and it made in 83rd. They toss it out because the CPU made loud noise. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Few gentle taps. Oh, I see the splitting. 83rd solars. Third, not second. Oh, come out. Ooh, that look like a millennium for me. Even got some little weight holes. Balance holes, I suppose to say. Little circlip right there. Let's see. Oh, I got the pliers without searching after it. Awesome. That's not happening quite often. Little clippies out. There we go. And then oh yeah, a few gentle taps. I do see some kind of movement. I just need to be a little bit more patient. Yeah, sorry for the noise. I know it. Yeah, I love it when the tools aren't hiding. Yeah. Loctite? No. But little loop, not gonna harm. It is moving, just slowly. But yeah, I did spray it a little bit. Okay. One more try. But actually, this cannot be made out of aluminum, because if this is supposed to be moving stator, it's got to be magnetic, right? Magnet. Yes. It's not aluminum. Of course, it's not aluminum, but it's moving stator. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to give it like a little bit more time, a little bit more loop, and instead of like hammering it and make tons of noise, I'm gonna put it aside and wait a little bit with this. And take a look at this side, because this piece, it is heavy as well. Yeah, I don't need those two cups anymore. What do we got? 3 Phillips CCs again. So, oh yeah, I do got like quite thick Phillips in there. And yeah, it seems the rotor seems like an old style power generator. Quite screwy piece of mesh, what is magnetic, so wet again, and there we go. Just like car power generator, not alternator, generator. Okay then. What else? Oh yeah, there's second mesh on the other side. Yeah, that thing you got to have the magnetic clutch or something like that, definitely. And yeah, what it also got is this thing. And this thingy is some kind of sensor of the position. As you can see, there's like 4 little screwy. And every time they come close to this little sensor, this bugger send out the signal to some, I don't know, something, just to find out if this thing is running. Maybe that was like a speedometer or something like that. Could be. So, close contact sensor. It is sensor because of got very thin wire, heavy armed. This little screwy or not is not magnetic, but it is nickel plated brassy beads right there. And as well, this thingy here gonna be brassy bead. This thingy here gonna be brassy bead. Yeah, so that's good. Hall effect sensor. Hello there, Mr. Kevin. Yeah, you may be right about that. I don't know. Oh, Oh, we got like a little logo or symbol in here, like orbit little thingy. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. Now it's visible. There we go. Not sure about. No, it's not optical. Standard. Oh, what a shame. The shielding in it is magnetic. Yeah. Oh well. What do I got here? More 10 millis screwies. 10 milli screwies are okay to undo. As far we got 10 milli socket or key. So let's undo this little sensor stuff. Yeah, they probably gonna be magnetic. Yes, they are, because they're gonna cooperate with the sensor. If they would be non-magnetic, they will not activate the self sensor. So they got to be steel. And yeah, I don't need to remove them because there's little not bearing, but I forget the name of that buggers. Something sitting on the shaft, like extra piece of pipe, like tule or something. And now I'm gonna figure out. No, I don't need to figure out how to take it out because it's come out easy. There we go. Little piece of metal steel pipe machined with like 4 threaded holes. Wait. And there is more 10 millis. So let's undo them as well. I could be outside mowing my lawn, but somehow I rather watch Rafal take apart mystery motor. That is actually not motor, that is generator. This part. But yeah, I really appreciate you rather watch me playing around instead of doing your chores. Yeah, but also still I'm having fun to do it, and I hope at least I sent like 50% of that fun to the people who watching it, because it is fun. Okay, last screwing on this side. And then little tap, gentle, of course, and being gentle doesn't work on this side. So what I gonna do? I gonna grab a little tiny flat chisel. I'm gonna stick it out in here, and still being gentle, tap it from this side. Okay, we got the movement. There we go. Haha, we got our magnetic clutch. There we go, ladies and gents. And that, as I said, it's got to be activated by those 2 little buggers. We're supposed to put the power through this little stator, so that create magnetic field. There we got our magnets, what actually activate turning the other side of the generator. And by turning that, we're gonna get like power on these 3 poles. Applying power to here, create magnetic field in this piece, and that piece react with this piece, so this thing begin to turn, and create power on those three terminals. Shall we put it back together and try it again? So that got to be some solid magnets, right? Yes, they are solid magnets in like epoxy cover. Huh, interesting. Question is what kind of it's a two rotor generator. Mm, no, this one is clutch. Generating thingy appear on this bugger here, this big bugger. And this is just clutch to activate it. And that thingy just run it. Ha! But it actually separated. So if something go wrong with the engine, it's not connected whatsoever. If something go wrong with the other side, it's not going to affect the motor. If there are magnets, it's going to create DC power to the coil to make the power. You plug it in reverse. No, it's not gonna. This thingy ain't strong enough to turn, and actually, it's not made to turn because this is like a solid. You use DC power, so we got solid magnetic fields, and all if I put the power on this one, it's gonna be locked at one position, and the other thingy begin to like create the power. The other coils inside this little drum. I like it already. Okay, so let's undo some screws. This is still heavy. Okay, let's undo those buggers and unconnect this clutch thingy. What happens when you spin the magnets in magnetic to create power? Of course, if I spin it, probably some power gonna create at these three terminals. But yeah, it's got to be like decent rotation to build some decent amount of energy. Oh, I got to undo them all the way. Okay. I couldn't spin it so fast to create like decent amount. Anyway, I got some brassy nuts in here on the terminals, so that's good. Always welcome. Little brassy bits to the collection. Little brassy washers. And yeah, I like that. Boom. Now I can just no, I can't. I thought I can, but I cannot. Too big. Smaller flip sissy. It's not UK thing, it's Japan. Japanese sissies think about that stuff. Let's lose those two screwies. And then, no, yeah, one more. Rounding screwy. What is brassy? And it's on flat head plus hex. And the brassy washers. So There we go. One sexy, brassy, grounding nut to the brassy bits. Yeah, let's undo those as well. Right away. There's like sweat nuts at the top, and under there's brassy nuts. That's good. They don't make things in Japan anymore. It's all China crap. Yeah, but this thing it was made in 83rd. So back then they still make stuff out there. I got the date right in there somewhere. 1983. Oh. Brassy washers to the brassy bucket. And three more nuts. Brassy nuts. There we go. All loose. Uh-oh. I lost one. There's the number 2. Boom. Oh. Brassy washer. Fly away. Kind of. Number 2. And aha. One more brassy nut in here. There we go. Boom. Boom. Wet, brass, wet. And there we go. Haha! More brass to the collection. Or so. And this thingy, actually, it is just, I can drop it to the pluggies, non-plated pluggies. Yeah, it's just magnetic. So, 6-point terminal. There we go. We got this thingy out, kind of. Hey, this got three wires going in. So, my theory is not 100% right. So that doesn't need like static power supply. That needs like 3 phases, or I don't know. Huh. But yeah, that's supposed to be like, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just stupid. But this piece is aluminum, and we got like little stator in it. And then we got like 2 wires. So this thingy create like static. So that's supposed to be DC. I don't know if that makes any difference, but oh wait. Let's see. I got no stator. What are you doing? Stupid. Yeah. Never mind. Tongue test. Yeah. No. Do it yourself. I'm not gonna put my tongue on it. Forget about it. Okay, 4 more. But this bugger, it is non-magnetic for sure. Yes, it is not. And that's gonna be brassy thingy. How am I gonna undo it? Yeah, this is loose. Nickel plated brassy. This is just a little gummy. And this one is, I don't think if I can do it with these small buggers. Probably not. So maybe. Oh, got it moving. Awesome. Nickel plated brassy. And more nickel plated brassy. Awesome. And that is just sweat. And then more 10 millis. That's okay. Sweat. 10 millis. More sweat. Boom. One more circuit. Right there. There we go. And then, will it? Nope, it will not just slide out. Okay, 4 more little 10 millis right there. But this thingy, it may be glued on. I'm not sure. But let's give it a try and try to pry it off. Gently, of course. Nope. I done at some time ago. I did made some magnetic clutch, but it was for closing the bottles machine. Anyway, I just distance between the magnets, and that's how strong the cap of your bottle was screwed on. The rest of it, quite simple, honestly. Yeah, I can give like few shaft taps because this is bigger dimension than the rest of it. So yeah, I can give it a try. Nope, it doesn't sound like it wanna move. Hmm, for fuck's sake, only this part is heavy as hell. Yeah, this is cast iron, of course. Not light, I believe about 4 kg. And this little plate is aluminium, so I'm not gonna leave it on. Definitely not. I got like little flat puncher here somewhere. Oh, oh, look what I found. Little diagram how to connect it. Now, if we go like 240 volts, we got to go with the triangle. If we go with the 3 phases, we got to go with like star connection. Too late now. Yeah, you're right. Too late now. What about this side? Oh, there's no info on the other side. Oh well, to the sweat with them. Yeah, I want to take out this little aluminum product little plate. I just need to find out this little cutter, what I got. There it is. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. So, quick snip. Boom. 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 There we go. Awesome. Dum, 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 dum. I don't know why, but I do collecting those plates. At the worst case scenario, I can always solid gold rivets is now lost forever. Yes, they are. Oh well. Oh, yeah. Wait, do I have? Yeah, I do have some even here. Yeah, there you go. That's some of my collection. Because they are nice looking. Yes, they are nice looking. I like to look at them. And as well, they give me like a little idea of what I did scrap out. And sometimes those are cool pieces of equipment. Okay, so this is ready. This little piece is ready to go to the scrap. One little piece of cast aluminum. Aluminum. Cast iron. There you go. Okay, so this bugger is heavy. So there's another circlip. Let's remove it. That may do a difference. If I find out my yeah, there they are. There we go. Another one. It is glued on, definitely. And as well, it is kind of soldered. See? There's solder, there's solder. Nope, nope. Solder, solder. Nope, nope. Solder, solder. Nope, nope. Solder, solder. Yeah, 6 points. I go all the way around. Okay, so anyway, 4 more screwies, but for this little action, I would need socket. 10 milli socket. Do I get it in here? Holy scrapoli, look what have I done. I make my multimeter dirty with my gloves. Dang, I got to lick it now. Clean. It. That's 11 millis. 11 millis will not do. Well, maybe. No, it will not. What is 10 milli in Ferial? 3/8? No, 3/8 is too small. Hey, watch for your microphone. So that means it's laying somewhere, or what? No, that's way too small. That's way too small. 12, no. 9 is too small. I need 10. 9 16. 7 16. 3 8. 11. 5 16. 9 32. I got nothing like 9 16. I got 8 16, but no, that's 3 16. Sorry. 7 16. 3 8. 11 32. 5 16. 1/3. 1/4. 1/4 is. This one is 1/4, right? No, but this is not 10 millis. No, that's different stuff. You're just all playing on me. I need help and you having fun of me. Fishy buggers. Okay then. Then you a little longer. There we go. I just went to my tools. 8 16 is ½ inch, 11 mils. If you say so. I just find my 10 milli. Okay. 1½ inch is 13 mil. If you say so. Wait, do I have 1½? That's 1/4. One. No, I don't have. No, I'm supposed to have. But it's gone somewhere. Oh, wait. I just find out the pattern. Holy scrapoli. How stupid I were until I just now see. So you're telling me 13 millis is is like ½ inch, right? And then, no, or maybe not. I just thought for a second I got like set of the keys and I got like marked 13 milli and under it like 1½, ½ inch. Then I got 12 milli and then I got 7 16 and what? 8 8. Then I got 12. I thought for a second the 13 answer to half. This thing answer to this one. This thing answer to this one. But it's totally different. This one is got like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Hey, that's fit. 10 milli is 7 16. 10 milli. Under 10 milli, I got 5 16. The 10 run. For a second, I thought I was smart, and then it turned out, meh. Turned out as usual. Nothing new. Oh well. I was smart for a second. At least I thought so. Ugh. The 10 ran away as always. Yes, true. I believe Chris, that's right, recycling. Some time ago, not so long time ago, shoot out like little short video about the 10 milli sockets with the warning: be careful, this thing you may run if you open it. Okay, one last little screwy. Okay, so got those buggers off. Now, seems like this thing is supposed to just come out, right? Seems like. Will it? I don't know. Let's give it a few gentle taps. Seems like there is some movement, but not as much as I want. Let's give it like a little bit of lube on both sides, just in case. If something decides to come out. Hmm. Nope. Nothing seems like will to move. Oh well. Whee! Automatic. Let's check out if the other part soak in, some lube soak in and will cooperate a little bit. Is there a movement? I actually at the edge of the circlip. It is definitely movement, but not as much as I would like to see. We can try to slide in something in there, like pry bar, definitely. But we would like to have something conical shape and two pieces putting from the both sides. Something like that. That will do the job. Like this, for example. No, it's the thing. Something like that. And then little cutter. Where is it? Palette. Yeah, there we go. This thingy. And then on the opposite side, the same setup. And then hit like both of them, like one little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And then this thingy will just go up. Anyway, use a couple of chisels. Yes. And that's the right way. Scrapman. But yeah, that's gonna take like million years, and I'm gonna do it like after all, not on the camera. Hello, the lover. Welcome, sir. You could carve some teeth in that drum and make it make a large hole saw. Last time biggest I used was 120 mils. This one is much bigger, and yeah, I will need decent machine to run this bugger. That's yeah, 1900 mil. No, 185 mils. Look, we had beer. Time wise, what it is? 1 hour 42 minutes. Okay, I believe that was worth to wait with this bugger. I give it some time until this WD-40 goes soak in a little bit, and slowly and surely I gonna bang it out somehow. But no worry. I was up until 3 last night, so I will bid you all good night. Okie dokie, Solars. Take care. Have a good one. Thank you for being with us tonight and enjoy the rest of your night. Cheers. Have a good one. So, ladies and gents, let me point the camera a little bit higher. So, like something like that. So, ladies and gents, after 1 hour and 40 minutes, that's going to be end of the scrap show tonight. I hope you got some fun. I did, definitely. Yeah, the fun part was when I just shut down my PC, even though you thought I start up the engine. Anyway, so ladies and gents, let me put this thingy out there. Mute this mic here. I'm gonna teleport myself to the cave, and I'm gonna drop link to the chat. If someone feel like jumping in, feel free to do it. If not, oh well, that's okay as well. And yeah, see you down there, peeps. Microphone. Okay, microphone working. Awesome. Okay, so this thing got to be clicked on like so. And yeah, good time as always. Thank you very much. Glad you like it. Glad you enjoy it. I had my fun. Me too. It's already midnight here. Good night, all. Take care, Jules. Have a good one and get the rest, buddy. Mr. Happy Mandu, hello and welcome. That's a new name, so welcome. Good to meet you, sir. Oh yeah, I supposed to drop the little thingy. So copy this here. Uh, who is in the basement? So far, no one yet. Boom, boom, boom. Hello there, Mr. Bill. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. Hello, all home from vacation. I try to and not fall asleep on you. Hey, come on, if I relax you enough to fall asleep, go for it. Why not? I'm working, so can join. No worries, Jill. No worries. Soon gonna be another Saturday. Without the blink of the eye, it's gonna be another one. So no worries whatsoever. I think I'm gonna wait like one beer or something like that, and then if no one gonna join, then I just gonna end it up. That's it. That's the plan for now. But what comes out of it? Well, now here in the cave, it smells really nice because I actually have like full dehydrator of mushroom, and they drying slowly and giving out the sense of the shroomies. Yum, lovely. I like it. Went to the woods today and come back with the full basket of shrooms. Nice. That was awesome time. I may be taking a trip to the Michigan next week with the weather permits. Okay. What's going on in Michigan? Then you want to be there? Never been myself in Michigan. Not really planning to go there as well. It's kind of big trip for me if I want to be there or go there. Go visit US Mike. Okay, that sounds like fun. But yeah, actually, you guys are not that far away from each other, so yeah, definitely. Why not? I would like to visit US Mike. I like him. But come on, I don't even have the passport, so I cannot leave Europe. I'm not drunk enough yet to shy, so okie dokie, lover. No problem. Whenever you're ready. As I sitting here, I would easily can say I would like to visit you all, but when it's come to the trip and actually going somewhere in other country or like even not that far away, that's different. I'm lazy with traveling. We will smuggle you in. Okay, I am very lazy when it comes to traveling. When I was younger, I really enjoy and like to travel a lot. Me and Eva, we could like just at Friday jump into the car, drive to like homeland, and at the Sunday go back, and Monday go back to work with no issues whatsoever. But these days, when I think about even sitting 8 hours in the car, holy crap, holy, it's like meh, torture. Now it's getting a little bit better because temperature is going down and our air condition get broken. But soon gonna be like another excuse in the agenda because it's gonna be like cold and snowy and so yeah. Bring the shroomies with you. Oh, electronic today I grabbed like full basket. I don't know. Wait, I got like 1 kilogram. I did froze. Half kilogram I did use for dinner tonight, and another 1.5 or maybe 2 kgs I dropped into the dehydrator to dry. Yeah, I got really awesome scar today as I went for the shrooms. Even though it's beginning to rain at the almost beginning at the shroomy hound, but the first 15 minutes I got like bottom of the basket covered with the shrooms, so rain was no problemo whatsoever. Uh, this time of year, folks, are question because the boilers won't work, even the shower. For fuck's sake, Lover, don't even tell me. Thermostats get stuck. They got no heating. Then you fix it up. They have no heating. Then you're coming back, and the heating is on. All what they need, just turn out a little bit of the thermostat. Ugh, don't even tell me, buddy. Every season that's going on. Trying to get out of the car and stretch. Standing up, your butt tells you no, but you got to pee. Man, come on, Bill. Really? Yeah, when the thermostatic valves stand closed whole summer, they get stuck. When you open it up, the handle, when you open up the handle or those thingy what you just turn, it doesn't nothing happen under it because it's stuck. The self valve. Earthed. Oh well. There's another issue with the language barrier. When someone trying to call you and say it's not working, it's not working, not working. You're coming there and it is working. And after 2 hours, when you reach the destination, it's okay now. Instead of shooting you message, it's working now. Yeah, been there, done that. I can accept it because I got paid for the hours, so for my time, so I still gonna get paid for it. But yeah, the time was wasted when I could do something else somewhere else. My big old body climbing out of Honda Civic after hours of driving. Poor Bill. Anyone hear from Vern lately? I have not, honestly. Since last time he was on my stream, I haven't heard from him. I haven't reached to him as well. What I actually supposed to do, I guess. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Oh, I will try to reach him tomorrow and just shoot him like little message. Yeah, I haven't heard from many peeps in a while, but it's quite hard to remember everyone and trying to find out what is going on. from time to time I got like little thoughts. Hey, I haven't seen this guy in a while. I haven't seen other guy in a while. And yeah, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna reach him or shoot him message or something like that. But then another day coming and you get busy with other stuff and some things. And yeah, it's all that kind of busyness time. Yeah, like today I woke up quite early. Actually, Eva woke me up, but that's okay. And I stay like long time last night. Watch Alice and Mike stream and play around with this PC. I just put it back together. It was totally in pieces. I do some soldering on the motherboard, and yeah, woke up, get like cup of coffee, and went to the forest. And as I said, I found like full basket of roomies. Then after I come back, I was super happy, super sweated and wet from the rain. But next 3 hours I spent like cleaning up the shroomies. Then it's come the dinner time. So tonight I got time for nothing basically. Even the stream setting up, I was quite close to like cancel it. But yeah, what? Bernke posted somewhat on Twitter, or there is something about the Canada's fiscal debt. Okay, I'm not really tracing the Twitter thingy. Yeah, I got the messages, but I always too lazy to click on it. On actually not on emails. So as far as he posting, he's good. That's that's positive. There you go. But it's not gonna harm me if I shoot him message like tomorrow. Hello, Mr. Cruiser. Welcome. We got another fella from Canadian lands. So cheers, sir. Good to see you. Maybe you will be able to tell us something more about uh, Canada's fiscal debt. I know it's going to the politician thingy, but well, sorry for that. I'm not aiming to go into that subject. Definitely. Unsustainable. Well said. Mhm. Yeah, I was watching tons of news, but I concentrate mostly on my homeland part of Europe. So that's totally different than the whole Europe and totally different than the whole world and yeah, all other stuff. There's plenty things going on all over. It all depends when you want to concentrate on. I'm looking closely for because they about to change the laws about the peeps living abroad and getting them into the army. And I don't want to go to the army, so that's why I'm so interested. Work on silver breakers today. Want to have enough to feed the silver cell. Okay, makes sense. They are finding lots of the drones in Poland. Not a lot, it's about 20 pieces. So that's not a lot, and none of them was armed. So I believe that's like, fake flag action. That's what I think. The info is like posted to different areas differently in different ways. That's what I find out. In here, I got different info. Then I listen to the Polish news. There is totally different info, and when you compare those two infos, it's totally two different stories. And if you listen to the other countries' info, there are some countries what say that's like about hundreds of them. Another countries say they warn Polish governments about the drones they going in. Uh, Plenty different ways. And what our governments say, they say like strict one version, and if someone thinks like differently, it's like disinformation. And they repeat it like three times in one sentence, so that's definitely something on their minds. Yeah, standard stuff. Politicians, they lie when their mouths are moving. I don't even know if you can call that drones. That was just flamingo little thingy normally used to like trick the missiles what's going after them. I believe drone got like different sentence to call them. Hmm. I believe I got same amount of drones in, no, maybe not, maybe half of the amount of drones in my garage, and I can call them drones. They are tiny, but they are drones. Okay, so ladies and gents, we're reaching like 2 hours and a little bit time wise. Okay, let's have 5 more minutes just to the round number on the clock, and then I will probably end it up. Drones are being used to smuggle drugs into prisons now. Drugs are bad. Mm. How's Eva doing? I bet she's fine. She could be sleeping by now. I don't know though. Haven't been at home since dinner, so that's about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 4 hours. Last time she complained about the washing machine it getting like stinky, and we tried to kind of clean it up. We used like vinegar, but yeah, didn't work out so well. I don't know why it began to like stink from the washing machine. Explain on Sunday journal. Some some what that what does it mean? Some. Maybe the drain hose. Yeah, I did actually take a look at the drain hose today and set it up like so it's got like little water lock on it. It wasn't, but yeah, now it got. But even though it wasn't like any smell before that, I don't know what. It may be. You may be right. We will see tomorrow. Actually, yesterday as I went home at evening, as I went to the bathroom, it was like kind of yeah, canally smell all over the bathroom. I thought that was like little water lock in the bathtub dry out because that happened quite often. Uh-oh, I see trouble. Holy scrap, holy. Ladies and gents, I do see face down there in the basement, and the first letter, it is L. Who that could be? Come on, peeps. Shoot your guess into the chat. Anyone? Boom. Perfect match. Hello there, Mr. Locker. Welcome.
Help. Problem with washing machines smelling. It could be an accumulation of wastewater which is stuck in the bottom of the sump, but it doesn't routinely get pumped out. Could be that. You can actually try putting it on a hot wash with bleach or something, as long as you really give it a bloody good rinse out afterwards. That might clear it, might kill it. The next
That
thing
was
is
the first idea, but it turned out the machine goes only up to 60 degrees at max.
all right, yeah. Well, the next thing is the drain hose that comes out. It's got to have a little bit of
this little water lock on it
before it goes into a line that doesn't have a water trap. You know what I mean? What a trap does. You know what a trap does? It stops drain smells coming back up through your plug holes and everything.
Exactly.
So if it's not plumbed in that way, depending on which way the wind's blowing or what's going on with your drainage locally, you can often find that the smells from the sewers can enter into washing machine that way. Beyond that, I don't know what it could be.
I just fixed it today. Those little, looping thingy on the pipes. I just look at it and I thought so. That could be this little thingy, and then I look how it's set it up, and then it wasn't set it up correctly. I don't know why, but it's never were like problem before. Maybe it was some kind of wind and just blowing in.
Yeah,
Could be.
it could be something to do with pressure or something in the drains and stuff like that. It's supposedly one of them things. It's got to be either trapped or it's either going to be vented. So either one way or the other, it stops reverse pressure backflow, and also it stops the smells coming up of the gases, the drain sewer gases as well.
Could be
really bad cases. They
I
can
did
be
fix up the little loop thingy today. I'm gonna see tomorrow what if that's gonna be still smelly. Because actually, Eva won already new machine, so try to line this stuff for carrying. What? Try to pirating line this stuff for caring about the 3 cups. That ain't gonna help whatsoever. Hello, Mr. Mike. Good to see you, sir.
Vern, the last I heard of him on anything was about 3 days ago. He was posting something on Twitter about Canada's financial fiscal crisis or something or other. I didn't follow it up, but I think I know what he's talking about.
Okay, so that's much more.
Yeah. I don't pretend to be a financial advisor or a genius on economics, but I think I know what he's talking about. But anyway, that's a different subject for a different time.
Anyway, that's much more actual than I have speak with him. So, yeah, that's the proof. He's fine. He's alive. That's good.
Another thing on about whatever the mainstream media tell you about drone activity or flight schedules or flight zones and routine military patrols of whatever's going on in the world, whatever conflicts going on in the world. Nation states and militaries will always actually do routine testing and routine flights. And I know another guy who I will not name drop. Another guy actually monitors this stuff. He's like, he's one of these functionally autistic people that are obsessed with a particular subject, and they're so focused on it that it's like nothing else is going on in the world. And they focus on certain things. And he says it's routine, it's hyperbole, it might be propagandistic on account of whatever's going on in, I don't know, between Russia and Ukraine, what's going on in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine, or whatever else is going on in the world, whatever. He says it's not, it's hyperbole. There mustn't be a story on the day, so they're running with this story just to make people scared. And
well, actually, now I see second bottom of that question what Cruiser Mac said, because he said we got like a lot of drones activity in here, but I not really sure what he meant about. He speak about my homeland or the land where I live in, because in both of those countries we got like drone incidents since last weeks, and that's 2 different cases actually.
Well, they are actually using drones now to actually hover outside windows, prison cells, so the convicts can reach outside and get their lovely whatever it is, fentanyl or whatever it is they take in prisons nowadays. I don't know. What wonderful technology can be used for good purposes and bad purposes for the sake of YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, come on, today's prison cells doesn't have like little bars where the drone can just hover next to it. They got to open the window, reach it out, and all that kind of stuff. And windows can have like little sensor if the window is open or closed or something like that. So come on, it's not that simple.
Ways and means. You've got to actually develop new techniques for countering whatever technology is actually moves on and rolls on. You've got to play catch up to make sure that bad people aren't doing bad things. Simple.
Speaking of the drones, did you see the Chinese drones catastrophe in their new year? No, I have not.
Chuck a link in if YouTube will allow it, Mike. If you can find it.
Yeah, Mike is blue. He can shoot the link.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm pretty sure China is way ahead of plenty of the countries.
I saw
With the
travel. I
technology.
came across a travel vlogger. What's the name of China's biggest city? It's not one. It's not one of what you'd expect. It's not Beijing or anything like that. Is it Nanking or something like that? It's got
Shanghai.
like 17 million people living in it, and it's built on different layers, and it's a very highly functional and hierarchical society. And the guy said that he couldn't believe that his American dollars went further in China than they would in any other country, because they're still accepting American dollars. You can actually pay for stuff in China using American printed currency. And there's another travel vlogger as well. I won't name drop him though, that actually went to Iran, not Iran, yeah, to not Iran, Iraq. He went to Iraq recently, and he said he got this guy to drive him around, this taxi driver, and he was a complete pain in the ass, totally unreliable. He had to get another taxi driver, and when he actually drove him to some certain spots and what have you, he said, this taxi driver said, I'd never allow my wife to work. I'd never allow my wife to work. We've got 3 children, we've got a house, we're paying our bills, and a taxi driver in Iraq can actually make his American dollars go further than people in Europe and North America. That's a somewhat sobering thing, whether it's true or not, because an awful lot of these people on the internet, especially travel bloggers and political journalists and everything, it's rumored they get paid backhanders for actually saying something that somebody else is actually wanting them to say.
Okay, I find out the name of that city. It is Chongqing.
Chongqing, something like that. Yeah.
31.91 million peeps out there. When the when the Beijing, what is capital, right? It is 21 million.
21 million. Good grief. I can't remember what it was now. I'd have to go into my messages to find it. Let's see if we can find it.
And Chongqing is 31.9. So almost 32 millions. And we got the link from Mike.
It's really weird. I'm just going back into my conversation history, my DMs. Hang on. Who were it that sent it me? Here we go. Yeah, inside the most chaotic city in the world. This is it. I mean, Mike's just sort of, I don't have a Facebook account. So if you want to have a go at it, if you've got a Facebook account, if you want to go and have a look what Mike put in about what drones, if it's on Facebook, it'll be allowed on YouTube. And this is the one that I watched the other day. Let's have a look, see if I can post this. Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, a lot of influencers take it with a pinch of salt. They're actually paid to actually say what people who are paying them want them to say. So it might be propaganda. I don't know. But just having a look at that, I mean, I watched it over my shoulder while I was bottling ale the other day, listening and occasionally watching over my shoulder, and I thought China were the bad guys. And another thing as well, I've been asking this over and over and over and over and over again. If China are the bad guys, why is it everything's made in China?
There is propaganda all over from each and every side, as well, even for the Russia. They are bad guys. In our European point of view, they supposed to be bad guys. Everything what's happened, that's the Russia fault, Russians' fault. Everything is blamed on Russia at the moment.
Yeah.
But if you look closer to what Ukrainian government does, it ain't look that clear, right?
Well,
come on, each and every one, it's like not that crystal clear as they claim themselves.
Let's have a look.
Hello, Mr. Daniel. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. Haven't seen you in a while.
What's he going on about now? Not you, Raf. Somebody else. I'm
Yeah, I
triple
heard.
tasking it away. Bill Maher's come up. What? I somebody pasted just disgusting people. Bill Maher.
Exactly, Kevin.
Oh,
Depends on what propaganda channel you watch. That what I like to watch, like almost every side of it, and then kind of shoot somewhere in between.
I heard that.
When your government telling you, "Hey, the gold about to be like shoot up, buy now," definitely do not buy it.
Yeah.
Or opposite.
Where is it? Miserable gate the roads. It's over. Lugubrious tooth whistler. Clark Micah. If I can find it, if anybody's on Twitter and you've got the time, Peter Hitchens is a Mail on Sunday columnist. Is he old school, sort of traditional conservative type of person? He's written quite a few controversial books. He's one of the few British journalists that hasn't been completely memory hold at the moment. Peter Hitchens, I've read a few of his books. That's his Twitter handle. I
But
think
actually, does the Britain has at the moment any neutral journalist?
no, not
I
really.
believe, I
No,
believe they all like set into the side. Otherwise, they're gonna be like punished for their jobs.
well, the thing is, he's not been sent to the he's not been sent to the notice step or memory hold yet because he is part of the old British establishment of the traditional journalists. He was saying stuff about what was happening in Ukraine 2 or 3 years ago that nobody else was covering. Nobody else would go anywhere near it. He said that basically Viktor Yanukovych's regime wanted more closely trading status with Russia, and that the people initially, when the Soviet Empire finished, when they had Boris Yeltsin in, apparently an awful lot of Russian oligarchs, very, very powerful, influential people in Russia, took turns in selling Russia off to the highest bidder, while they all fucked off abroad and I don't know, bought football clubs and stuff like that. So basically, when Mr. Badman came along, the Putler came along, he sorted it all out. There was rampant runaway inflation, and people in Russia was really, really suffering. And that is why when everybody says that, sort of Putler's a bad guy, I mean, a lot of Russians say, well, as long as you don't go up against the regime, you'll be all right. Because at the end of the day, Putler was probably better for Russia than the people that were selling it off to the highest bidder. Now, you roll on that from the fall of the wall and the Yeltsin era, and you roll that onto what we've got at the moment with the conflagration between Ukraine and Russia. It would seem that the usual people that wanted to make off like bandits were actually they didn't want Yanukovych to actually trade with Russia because they wanted them to trade with the West, with the corporations and all that sort of stuff. And as a consequence of possibly a former British Prime Minister going over there and saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. We'll buy some time. We'll buy some time. Keep going, keep going. Apparently, a long time ago, they were trying to reach a peace negotiation. And the guy with the floppy hair, the former British Prime Minister, who's basically brown envelopes, and all that sort of stuff. Allegedly, he kept it going, and as a consequence, there's an extra 1 million men who are dead. Thank you very much.
What I come across not so long time ago, actually, there was like one material. Ukraine was only one country what fell out from the USSR thingy. There was only one country what hasn't in 90s ratificate. That was the name of it. Ratificate their own borders.
Yeah.
So basically, they are still in USSR by the rules, by the laws and all that kind of stuff. That's how Russia can get the Crimea at first point in 2014, and later on 2022, they just go back and claim their own lands because there was never ratification of the borders of the Ukraine after USSR fall down at the 90s.
No, I'm not too sure about that. Well, I'm not saying
Check it out. Check it out. I come
I'm not
across.
saying I doubt you. I'm
I
just
did,
saying that I'm not entirely aware of that.
no, I did come across about at it by accident, and then I read the article, and they say, for fuck's sake, yeah, that's true. Every other like regions ratificate their borders, so that gave them the law to be independent, like republic or whatever.
This is a truism, though. This is a truism. The history of the Eastern Europe is very, very highly convoluted and very, very awkward.
Yeah, it is.
Let's focus on Ukraine. Ukraine has always been an somewhat independent nation state until the communists took over. If you actually look at the fact that in 1929 to 1930, there were a lot of Ukrainians who were starved to death during the Holodomor. They actually took all of the grain, and a lot of these people were just small businessmen. You know, they were independent. For a long time before that, they actually
trying to survive. Come on.
A serfdom. You know what serfdom is? It's indentured servitude to a lord, a local fealty to a local lord. It's like a very old-fashioned.
Like you pay like 10th of your
medieval sort of political organization. You know, if you look at Western Europe, you'd have to roll that back to around about the 13, 14, 1500s. This sort of system, political system, was still running in Ukraine up until the rise of communism. So we're talking around the turn of the last century, 1900. So even at that point, they were probably about 500-600 years behind Western Europe. And then obviously the communists came to power. And then obviously during the Holodomor, they took all of the grain. They sent all the really highly productive small businessmen off to the fucking gulags. They collectivized the farms. The farms became less productive, and what grain they actually produced, they sent it to the industrial cities to feed their industrial workers. And it's believed somewhere between 7 and 9 million Ukrainians starved to death in the winter of 1929-1930. That was 3 years before the mustache man came to power in Germany. So it's any surprise when the Germans went eastwards looking for oil during the Second World War because they needed oil for the war. Is it any wonder when the Germans, when they rode eastwards looking for oil, that the Ukrainians actually welcomed them with open arms?
War like under USSR leading. So that's two different stories.
You get if you roll this on this stupidity because people don't know the fucking history. If you roll this on, the former, I think I've had this conversation with Vern before, either on here or somewhere else. If you roll this onto the present day, more or less, give or take 3 or 4 years ago, there's nothing as ridiculous as the Canadian Prime Minister, the former Canadian Prime Minister, the Prince of Woke himself, Trudeau, right? He actually gave a standing ovation to somebody who fought in the Second World War. You can say, if you go on YouTube or anywhere, you can find it. And it gave a standing, the whole of the Canadian Houses of Parliament, both benches, and the Speaker, and the cameras panned in on this bloke, and he stood up and he gave a bow and a salute, you know, thank you very much. And they're all clapping him. It turned out this bloke actually fought for fucking Hitler.
Exactly. I heard that. I remember that story. And that turned out he was like Nazi thingy or something like that. He does like some fucked up stuff during the World War. After war, he escaped to the Canada. And they still cherish the guy. But, you know, after showing the guy to the peeps, they, you know, research his history. That stupidity of our government, how they can put like, you know, such a easy compromise for themselves, right?
Yeah.
Are they stupid?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just simple streaming guy. I may fuck up with the audio. I may fuck out with my camera, or I may shut down my PC like I did earlier by accident. But they are governments. They rule in the country. They supposed to have everything like, you know, I only one guy. They supposed to get 3 guys for the audio, 3 guys for the video, and they supposed to get prepared and check out each and every person who they gonna show, right?
Yeah.
Do not make like stupid mistake, and the public opinion have like opportunity to, you know, take them down to the drain straight away. Pishki Maka, lazy fuckers. That's what I'm gonna say about them. And it's not only acquiring for the Canada governments; it's acquiring for most of the Europe governments, most of the world governments. There's not many governments who really lead or look after their countries anymore.
I don't. We live in a globalist era now, and I don't really trust the politicians. It's pointless fucking voting. It really is, because they flip flop on so many different things. They're absolutely useless. And if it's not the politicians running the fucking country, who is?
As I looking at the Europe governments, last time, honestly, we just got like new president in Poland, right? For 30 days, I thought he may really do something good for this country. 30 days it take him to betray the whole uh, country.
Well, with regards to the United Kingdom, we had Boris Johnson in, who had a massive conservative majority. And fine, fair enough, he had some problems. They had this thing about actually leaving the European Economic Community or the EU. So Brexit came and they had to sort that out. And obviously had the thing that was like the COVID crisis. So fine, fair enough. But he had an 80-seat majority in Parliament and did absolutely sweet fuck all with it. Absolutely sweet fuck all. Basically, then we had, the
Rishi.
former,
There was Rishi after that.
Yeah, Sunak, shitsack. Former Goldman Sachs investment banker. It's really weird because he worked for Goldman Sachs as an investment analyst or a banker or a broker or something like that.
You know what I don't understand in the UK politicians?
He decided to get involved in politics. Now, he was actually parachuted into one of the safest conservative seats in the country, which is Richmond in North Yorkshire. Very safe. Within 9 years, he became Prime Minister. How does that happen? And then, going to call me a tinfoil-hatted wearing conspiracy theorist, but the way that Rishi Sunak ran his general election campaign the last time around, it was like, I mean, imagine to go to Harland and Wolff shipyards where the Titanic was built. The Titanic. That's, I mean, all the signalling was there. He threw that general election, and now we've got this pelican, the Stambot. He's like a fucking Dalek. The man has got absolutely no charisma or personality. I will exterminate them. We've got him in. Did you know that Keir Starmer has now got over 120 seats more, bigger majority than Boris Johnson, but fewer people voted for him? In fact, Keir Starmer got fewer of the popular votes in the general election than the previous leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy pro-Hamas Corbyn got when he failed to become prime, because people have stopped voting. People don't trust the politicians. It's complete and utter.
That's the one thing I don't understand why actually Britain allow foreigners to go into the government.
Describe what a foreigner is. Define foreigner. Rishi Sunak was born in this country,
born not in UK.
Well, Boris Johnson was actually born in New York, and he had dual US British citizenship. He renounced his American citizenship because he had property in America, and if he had dual nationality, if he sold his property in America, he would have to pay more tax on it. So he renounced his dual nationality, became full-on British, so that when he sold his property in America, it would be less heavily taxed.
And that is one crazy rule. Come on.
No, they shouldn't. I mean, define what British is, define what Polish is, define what American is, define what anything is. How many generations do you have forebears after living in a country before you can actually say? People are having this fucking argument now on fucking Twitter. People are saying Joanna Lumley, Joanna Lumley, comedy actress, Cliff Richard, congratulations, pop star, British pop star. Who else? Rudyard Kipling, the poet, all born in India. Are they Indian? Or are they English? We're all born in India. So are they
Mm.
Indian or English? So is Rishi Sunak English because he was born in England, but he spent most of his time living out of the country, earning his why would Rishi Sunak, a millionaire, former Wall Street investment analysis,
And then we're coming back to
why would he want to take a job for
ground flow?
£170,000 a year as British Prime Minister? Why would you take a cut in his pay to become
Listen
Prime
up.
Minister?
Then we're going down to the law, what is called ground law. When you born in that country, you're gonna get like you're not gonna get ethnicity out of this culture and country what living in it, or population what living in. Like U.S. actually not, I believe not so long time ago they stopped it. So even though you're born in U.S., you are not becoming Americans when your parents was like from abroad, and that's not stupid in my opinion. You're supposed
Anyway,
to get your ethnicity from your parents, not from place where you're born.
that's big world issues, small world issues. Did I mention it?
No, it's
I
not,
know.
because look at your government and how many people's like not UK people, not British peeps sitting in there and ruling actually the whole country. So that's not that small things.
That's what the chat's saying. 14 people watching. Who's saying anything?
They scared. You wonder why. Each and every nation is supposed to be ruled by their nation's peeps. Like Britain's supposed to be ruled by British peeps, not immigrants or children of the immigrants. You're one of not many countries who still got royalty, royal family. So come on.
Yeah, it's a constitutional monarchy. I
don't think monarchy is a good way. Even democracy is not the best, but still, no one think about anything better than that so far. Communism? Nope, definitely not.
No. Anyway, scrap
the government.
Scrap the government. £240.35p. Copper tanks contaminated. Where the 46 cylinder in. Contaminated. Okay. What's that mean, contaminated? Well, it's contaminated. It's not healthy.
With the debris inside.
16 kilograms, 4,900 per kilogram. Copper 98, 10 kilograms, £6,000 per ton, 60 quid, not bad. Clean copper, because I separated it all. 6,200, 11 kilograms of that, £68.20. Mixed brass, 9 kilograms, 3,750 per metric ton, £33.75. £240.35p. Thank you very much.
There you go.
And it's exactly the same amount of money that one of my customers in Rotherham owes me. I tell you, I said, you're on a bathroom refit and everything's been moved around, right? Fine, fair enough. So most of the work we're involved in this will actually be taking up the floor, moving everything around, putting it all back together again, closing up the holes and making everything waterproof. I'm not doing the tiling on account of the fact that you got 4 foot by 2 foot flat tiles and I can't cut them. And I'm not buying a fucking wet tank cutter or a dry cutter jig because you bought 4 foot by 2 foot porcelain tiles in. You'll have to get somebody else to sort. I'll do the first fix. I'll invoice you for it. Then you get your tiler in, and once the tiler's finished, I'll come back in and fit all your sanitary ware. Fine and dandy. I invoiced him. It was just over £2,000, funnily enough. £2,000 and about 70 pence. So I rounded it down. £2,000. He paid me 1,700. He said, I'll pay you the rest after the tiler's finished and you've come back to fit the sanitary ware. I thought, yeah, right, yeah, as though you will. So I went in, met the tiler, explained everything that I'd done. He were happy with it. And I said, by the way, he short paid me 300 quid. And the tiler went, oh. Anyway, I emailed him again today and I said, look, of that copper that I weighed in, there was 8 kilograms of copper that I weighed in for you. And it came to about 60 quid. So I'm taking 60 quid off your bill. So you don't owe me 300 quid now because the tiler said he would do the final fix. I finished that job. There's no reason for me to go back because the tiler said he would do the final fix plumbing, which is why I went in and explained to him what I'd done and why I'd valved it off outside the bathroom and why I put a cold feed in for filling his buckets, putting his mixers on and washing down and everything, blah, 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 blah. So he owed me 300 quid. I pinged across to his account the 60 quid that he owed me, that I weighed in of his scrap from the last weigh-in, being completely honest. He texted me back, said, oh, thanks very much for that, brilliant, etc. So I've emailed him today, so he owes me, of that 300 quid shortfall minus 60 quid, he owes me £240. I don't think I'll get it. As a one-man band, I can't take him to small claims court because it's he said, she said. And at the end of the day, I'll have to write it off. Job were in Rotherham for a man who wears pajamas. Anyway, so, and if anybody knows anything about the history of Rotherham and men who wear pajamas, he's one of them. Okay? He's one of them, or at least he knows somebody who is one of them. So I'm not holding my breath, but as somebody said in the chat earlier before I came up, hall sensors. A hall sensor is a switch that detects flow, a valve being opened. And what it does, it detects it, and it sends a signal to a switch to actually move a combination boiler between its default setting, which is on heating mode, across to the diverter valve across to its secondary position, which is to send the hot water around a heat exchanger, and then it comes out at your taps as hot water. So I took the hall sensor out of his boiler. And I very much strongly suspect that his boiler has not been legally installed because I told him, have you got the paperwork? Have you got it registered with GasSafe? Because if somebody has installed this gas boiler illegally and something goes horribly wrong, at the very, very least, you could have carbon monoxide poisoning. And if you're thinking about renting this property out, which I think he is, then it contravenes the health and safety guidance and you are illegal. You're breaking the law because you're not actually looking after your tenants all right. So if he doesn't pay me this money, this 240 quid shortfall, I'll bide my time. And when he rings me up to say the boiler isn't working, I'll say, well, get the engineer in that fitted it. It was a GasSafe registered engineer, wasn't it? It wasn't.
There we go.
No, it wasn't. And I'll say to him, I said, well, if you pay me that 240 quid, and another 100 quid on top of it, I'll fix it because it's on the hydro block. It's not got anything to do with the gas coming in. It's not got anything to do with the gas valve. It's nothing to do with the combustion chamber. It's nothing to do with the fan or the flue. It's on the hydro block or the electrical parts of the problem. I think the problem might be. So you've told me that, okay, you paid cash. The guy that put your boiler in is not GasSafe registered. Okay, you tried to cut a bit of money, more fool you. Your extended warranty is null and void. I'll come and fix it, but I want that 240 quid at your me in cash when I turn up, and I want another 100 quid to actually fix the boiler. At which point, once he gives me the money, I've got it in my back pocket. I'll put the hall sensor back in, repressurize the boiler, make sure it's working, and fuck off.
Yeah, that's one way.
I don't like having to behave like this. I don't like having to do business with these sort of people like this. But unfortunately, we live in a low trust society for reasons. And, well, you've got to cover your ass occasionally, haven't you? Rant over.
Yeah, you cannot, let yourself just being used by that pishky bugger.
Yeah. I was just on another stream earlier. I'm not going to name drop. There's a guy, he's probably a little bit older than me. Obviously, he doesn't use his real name. And he never shows his face on his streams. And they were talking about what the subjects they were talking about. Oh, I can't remember exactly. I was lurking. I was here, there, and everywhere. I was making up a list of fucking shit I've got to buy to restock my waste fittings and everything. I weren't really paying that much attention. But I just fucking put in the chat, can we go 1 week, please, without mentioning the grooming gang scandal in Rotherham? Small
And
world,
what
big
that
world.
should be.
Small world, big world.
If you got to be careful these days with who
Yeah, you got to
you
be very careful.
working with. Yeah, it may like actually give you like plenty unpleasant situations. Even after the job is done well, it turn out like, yeah, that's all your fault if something gets failed.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
though you haven't touched the thingy.
the thing is, when this Tyler came in and he said he was doing the, he'd do the final fix. I said, no problem for me. I did tell her a little bit of a fib. I'm really, really busy. And this chap seems to think that he can just get somebody in at short notice at last minute. I said, and most people, especially with big bathroom jobs, if you got the shared responsibility of like getting an electrician in to move all the electrical wiring or whatever for the extractor fan or the light in the mirror.
Yeah, there's
or
always like a fight between
you bring your
electrician and
tiler
plumber.
in, it's got to be
That's
organised,
standard.
bump. And you've got to get everybody in. I said, it's no use you struggling to get a tiler, waiting 2 weeks, getting a tiler in, then ringing me up when the tiler's finished and saying, can you come in tomorrow? Because it's not going to happen. I said, I've not got a problem with this.
I believe, Locker, I believe there is like same system like we got in here, but each profession got like their rules, right? Electrician's supposed to run the wire like this way and that way and that way, and actually plumber know that kind of rules, and they supposed to know where the wire going inside the wall or whatever, so they know how to cut the grooves for the pipes and everything. And pipes and electrician wires are totally different position. Sometimes they may cross each other, but according the rules, if electrician does the job correctly, the plumber not supposed to cut through the wire, and opposite, the plumber not supposed to cut through the pipes if the plumber job is done correctly. And we used to got that system in here, and that was working until some someone trying to save the money and get some abroad guy who have no idea about the local rules, and they just do the job. They do it quicker. They do it like cheaper, of course. But then when another guy comes in, everything gets fucked up, and that's what caused cause the cost. Because if you come after someone who does the job incorrectly, you instead of cutting the groove for the pipe somewhere, then certainly you find out, oh, I did cut the wire. How that happened? What that wire doing here?
The strict regulations of where you can actually run wires and cables, electrical cables, and plumbing pipes within walls, substrates in hollow walls, or if you have to actually carve into.
And that's why the rule was created
and bury them.
To not do the
strict guidelines before you can run them. I've come across it before. Another one of these types in Rotherham, a wet room knockout. All the tiles are coming off the wall, and my fingers started tingling. I just tickled the tiles off the wall, tickled them off. I said, "This has not been tiled properly," and then all of a sudden, my fingers started tingling. I thought, "This is fucking weird. Why are my fingers tickling?" And I figured it out as I'm knocking away. There's a cable going diagonally from the top left to the bottom right, diagonally across the wall, and it's jointed with a chocolate block connector.
There you go. There is not allowed
any connection
by electrician job.
The wall was damp, and electricity loves water, and I'm wondering why my fingers are tingling.
Yeah, there you go.
When I actually did all the wiring, I said, "Look, you're going to have to get this wire signed up, this wiring signed up. I'll do all the cable runs, but I will not connect them at the your consumer unit, your fuse board." I said, "I'll run them just shy then, and I'll label them all up, and I'll run them wherever I can run them." I said, "But I'm just interested. How did you ever? It's the house is only about 20, 25 years old at the most." I said, "How did you ever get your certification for this? Your electrical certification for this built house? Who built the house? They must have actually applied to the council. The council must have come round to make sure everything has been done right. All the drains are running correctly. All the drop on the drains, access chambers, inspection chambers, rodding access, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah." And everything I came across was completely fucking ass about tape and fucked up. everything. I said, well, I really shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I took the front off a fucking consumer unit with a fuse board, and it was a split 8 and 8, 2 RCDOs and 8 MCBs with a main on-off switch. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got 16 possible circuits controlled by 2 major breakers, each on an MCB, a smaller breaker. And of all those 16 individual circuits for the lights, the sockets, the potentially high rated things like electrical showers or an electric oven or stuff like that, something that's pulling like about 40 amps. Yeah. 40 amps of power. Of that fucking split phase board, when I took it off, I looked at it, and only 2 of those MCBs were populated. All of the lights upstairs, downstairs, at the back, at the front were on 1 6-amp breaker. All of the sockets upstairs, downstairs, and the kitchen were on another fucking 33-amp breaker. None of the others were populated at all. And I said, this is
what's
illegal.
the point of having the breakers?
It's illegal. How the hell did this building get signed off? I said, it's a fucking death trap.
Yeah, that is why I like to do everything myself, just in case, at worst case scenario, if something fucked up, I know who messed it up, right? And then I know where to search where I may fucked up. There is not often I need help in my projects, because I used to like run small ones, like small renovation and that kind of stuff. That usually like 1 flat or something, and then I got like good few weeks to do that. But yeah, if I got to ask for help for like plumbers, sometimes I do get to ask for help, of course, or electricians or something else. In most, let's say 80%, when I'm asking for help, I'm not satisfied of help what I get asking for it. So I still like, trying to cheat myself. Then if I ask for some professional guy coming and help me out with it, it's going to save me some time and work. But in 80% of the situations, it turned out I just got to do it myself anyway. And that's create much more work for myself.
Yeah.
And that's what actually pissing me off, because even me, as I like, I don't know all the rules, like 100% of them. But every time when I got some like little thoughts, then I'm not really sure how to do it. There is no problem to take a phone, call the guy who I trust, let's say electrician or plumber, and just ask simple question. Tell me if I do it like this way or that way, that's gonna be okay. And then he either say, okay, that's gonna work, or he say, nope, you cannot do it like that because there is this rule and that rule. You got to do it this way or that way. And come on, it doesn't take so much time to like, communicate with someone or ask someone for help.
There's certain things you can do.
Most of the cases doesn't cost anything.
There's certain things that you cannot do unless you've got the qualifications and the certification. I've seen it. I'm a 57-year-old now. I'm nearer 60 now than I am 55.
That's the second thing, qualification and certification.
I wish I'd done my gas. If I take a combo boiler off the wall and put a new one on, it's not worth it's like half a day's work at the most, depending. And then I've got to pay somebody 120 quid to come out and double check my work, sign it off, register with the boiler manufacturers, whether that's Valent, Worcester Bosch, or Glowworm, or whatever boiler manufacturer, and also make sure it's actually registered with the Gas Safe Register, which is a British governing body that has all the accurate information on where every gas appliance, whether that's a boiler, heat only, or combination boiler, or a gas fire, or any gas appliance, they should have the registered address and contact details of the person that owns that property. Yeah. I did another one about 12 years ago, and it was a simple one-off, one-on. There was a little bit more work involved. So I got the boiler, and I got the boiler registration document, and at the back, on the benchmark certification, where you fill in the details, Has the system been flushed with? Yes. Has the system corrosion inhibitor been added? If so, what's used? I fill that in. Yes. I gave that to the tenant, and I gave it to the tenant. I went round and he invoiced the customer at a local corner shop over the road from where the tenant lived. And I said, you need to ring my mate up. He's expecting your phone call. He will go around and he will fill in all of the rest of the stuff that I've left with your tenant that needs filling in, along with the registration document for the extended warranty on the boiler, which must be sent off to a Glowworm. I think Glowworm are a subsidiary of Valent. And I said it needs to be sent off to them. And you need to ring up Valent or Glowworm UK or the gas safe register and say, was that boiler with this specific number on it, serial number, like the number that you have on the chassis of your car, your VIN number that you register your car with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So road legal. You need to ring them up and make sure that they've got that information. Because if something goes wrong with the boiler in 2-3 years' time, if they've not got it registered, the people that make the boiler will not come out and fix it. They will not come out and fix it. So this guy rings me up about 4 years later and says, that boiler, loafer, that you fitted, it's not working. I said, well, why are you ringing me up? Well,
it wasn't serviced. That's why it doesn't work.
I said, well, no, it doesn't matter. I said, you should ring up, the guy or anybody to come and have it serviced annually, tick the boxes and make sure that it's in working order. Otherwise, your extended warranty and breakdown with Valent UK or Glowworm UK is null and void. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll pop round later. Is it the same tenant? I got my phone out. Is it the same tenant I've got in here? I mentioned the name, and he said, yeah. I said, right, well, I'll ring him up now. I rang him up and I said,
too late.
I rang the tenant up. I said, hey, up, it's loafer. Your boiler not working properly. Well, it's not worked properly for the last 2 months, so we haven't paid our rent.
No, there we go.
I said, well, he's only rung me up. He's only rung me up 5-10 minutes ago. I've just hung up with him. He's like, well, we're not paying our rent. We've had no hot water. It was middle of summer, so they didn't need the heating either. So I went round and I said, have you got the documents that I gave you 3 years ago? And she handed, and I took it out. And was the installation record complete? Was the annual service record complete? Was the guarantee certificate that came sent off to Valent UK and registered with the Gas Safe UK register?
Yeah, there you go.
No. He'd never had it signed off. Never had it signed off. So I went back to his corner shop with this documentation and said, you told me you had it signed off. Oh, I must have forgot. I said, well, it's not filled in. I said, not only that, it's not even registered with the manufacturer, so your extended warranty is null and void. I said, I know what the problem is. It's a clogged plate-to-plate heat exchanger. I said, there's so much shit in it. There's so much crap in it because the system's been drained down. Corrosion inhibitor has not been put on because I noticed it's been redecorated. And when I looked down the back of the radiators, I said to your tenant, did they take the radiators off when they painted them walls? And they said, yeah. And I said, when did you have it decorated? She said, over a year ago. I said, right. I said, you've got hematite sludge build-up in your plate heat exchanger.
Logically, who take out the radiators to paint behind them?
The filter would not grab any more sludge. It was like Bob Marley's fucking afro.
Exactly, come on.
Sludge. It got past the filter into the boiler and it was cycling up, on, off, overheating, on, off. So I said to him, look, I said, I can fix this. I said, it's on the hydro block. It's not got anything to do with the gas. The gas coming in, the gas valve, the combustion chamber, the fan, or the flue. It's on the water. So strictly speaking, I shouldn't be doing this, so I want cash. I know exactly what the problem is. What I will do is this. I will replace the plate-to-plate heat exchanger. I've already rung up the Spurs place. I said, they've got one in stock. It's £165. I'll bring you the receipt because I know you want to see evidence of how much things cost. I said, and not only that, what I will do is I will drain down, flush through the system, clean the magnetic filter, and redose the system with an adequate dosage of corrosion inhibitor. Yeah. So that it doesn't happen again. So I went down to a local plumbing place.
It doesn't happen again for the next 3 years or so.
I said to him, I said, right, can you give me a ticket for a plate to plate for a glow? I think it was glow something or other. And also, can you give me a bottle of drain acid and 4 new O-rings on a separate ticket? And the guy I've been dealing with for a long time, he said, oh,
Another one.
Exactly what had happened. He knew exactly. Boiler's packed up. Somebody's not had it serviced. I said, yes. Somebody's not maintained the extended warranty agreement with the boiler manufacturers. I said, yes. He says, so you're going to clean out the plate-to-plate heat exchanger with acid. You're going to give him the ticket for £165 for a new plate heat exchanger.
But actually, cleaning up those exchangers.
You're going to pocket the 165 quid, but you're going to clean out the existing heat exchanger, put 4 new O-rings in. So for the princely cost of 10 quid for a bottle of acid, £2.50 for 4 new O-rings, I presented the ticket for £165 plus my labour, half a day, and he paid me as part of whatever it was, and it cost me £12.50. And when I got my money in my back pocket, I took my phone number out, got his number out, and deleted it.
Listen up. I got a question. In between, can I stop you from time to time when you're speaking?
Yeah, I'll take a breather.
As you acid flush the heat exchanger, right? I get you got to replace the O-rings and all that kind of stuff. That makes sense. But my question is about the other piping. Mostly they are like iron pipes in most cases.
No, copper or plastic in UK.
Okay. Still, the same question. How the acid does, heat exchangers are stainless in most cases.
Yeah.
What those chemical cleaner does to the pipings?
It does. It's essentially, if you don't thoroughly wash out your plate-to-plate heat exchanger and clean it out after you've used the acid, any residual acid might get into the copper pipes. And you know what acid is like with copper? It eats it for breakfast. It's the same when you're actually making joints with acid fluxes. You don't come across acid fluxes for soldered joints now. Most of them are non-acidic, but as long as you rinse it out thoroughly, you're all right. But if you consider you've only got a tiny little bit, possibly a tiny little bit of residual acid in, compared with the like 80 or 100 litres of water in the pipes and the radiators, it becomes so dilute it doesn't make any difference.
Okay. I got one building with copper installation, but I don't know what kind of copper it is because it's also got insulated with some kind of gummy around it. But those copper pipes are kind of super thin, and every connection, every elbow on that copper pipes, it's making like an issue. There's coming like some kind of I don't know, weird stuff with the water what flowing through it. And this building, all the times I get called like, hey, I got another piece of leakage, and there's like piece by piece by piece I just replacing them. I don't know if that's some kind of bad copper pipes or something like that. Weird stuff.
So Kevin, this is another thing as well. I make a mess. I'm scruffy. So the wife, we got a cooker, gas cooker, dual fuel. It's a gas hob, electric top oven, electric bottom oven. So obviously it's got a 30 amp rated 4mm twin and earth supply in for the electric on a radial circuit, and obviously it's the gas hob on top is piped up to the gas. I spend most of my time in here, I've said most of the time, in my man cave, getting up to this sort of nonsense and what have you, and no smoking in the house, so, But the missus said that the gas pipes into our house has gone up, the natural gas pipes into our house for the central heating, and the hob has gone up something like 30 or 40% over the last 5 years in price.
Mhm.
Whereas the gas that I actually have in my camping gas stove behind me for my fry ups, that's only gone up about 10%. So it's getting to that time of year now where this heater down here, that's piped up to a bloody great big 3-foot cylinder. It's getting to the point now where I'll actually start putting the heating on so I don't start shivering. I've got my ass and my fucking hoodie on. But the gas that I use for cooking my fry ups is cheaper commensurately with the price of the gas that we use for the central heating in the house.
Lover, you need to get yourself into your basement. Look at me.
She came in one day with a big pan of potatoes, and she said, "Can I cook these on your stove?" And I said, "No, fuck off, you'll make a mess." Joke, of course.
Okay, I need pit stop. Be right back, peeps.
Oh yeah, and by the way, on that stream I was on earlier tonight, somebody mentioned that thing that happened in Rotherham that we couldn't all talk about until Elon Musk, the guy that bought Twitter, decided we could talk about it. You want to bang this name into fucking Google?
Okay, just put it into the chat. I really got to go. I'll be right back. Otherwise,
Sammy Woodhouse, I've met her.
leakage in here.
There you go, Sammy Woodhouse. I've met her. I've met her uncle as well. Her uncle's a painter and decorator. Last summer, I was on a house in Rotherham, and it's a bathroom refit, soil stack and everything, kitchen sink, just basic bog standard plumbing stuff. And I went one afternoon just to do some work, grouting some tiles, and painters and decorators were in, and they stared at me because I make a mess. I'm a scruffy bugger. I make a mess. I said, I'm just going to come into some polish off some grout, and they said, we just started our painting. We're just starting gloss work. We're not having you in here, you fucking scruffy plumbers coming here making a mess and spoiling our work. So I said, well, okay, I can do some work outside on soil stack. I said, a couple of hours, I'll get that in. Let's get kettle on. Do you fancy a brew? So we're having a chat with them. And I just said, is there some people in Rotherham you won't work for? And they said, yeah, a certain group of people, we won't work for them anymore. And I said, oh, that's interesting. And I just name dropped. I said, there's a house on North Parade in Rotherham that I put a boiler in, and I'm just exactly the same fucking house with the landlord that had the corn shop over the road, the plate heat exchanger, and all that sort of stuff. So there's a house on North Parade in Rotherham on East Dean Estate. I said, and this bastard fucked me all over the place. This and other. I said, and I mentioned the address, and he says, this painter and decorator said, my niece used to live on North Parade in Rotherham. And he said, and at that point, all I will mention is fucking people that are fucking pissing you about, not paying you, fucking you about, asking for more, not paying, short paying, and all that sort of shit. And all the shenanigans I had to go over with this bloke. And I said, North Parade. And he said, my niece used to live on North Parade. And I said, is your niece called Sammy Woodhouse? And he said, how do you know? I said, you'd be surprised what I know, mate. Anyway, he said, you're not having you making a fucking mess. He says, do whatever you need to do outside and fuck off. And on that bombshell.
Yes. I'm coming.
Are you joining the dots? Are you too scared to actually type in the chat, folks? Because I've a sense that I can't be more honest and open and explicit. Sammy Woodhouse was a survivor of the grooming gang scandal in Rotherham. That's all I'll say. You've got to put a caveat in. Hashtag not all. And on that bombshell.
Sammy Woodhouse. Yeah. It's not recalling anything to me, but yeah, I believe everyone know about the Sammy Woodhouse by now.
Sammy Woodhouse, Wikipedia. Sammy Woodhouse is a Rotherham rape victim who exposed the child sexual exploitation scandal in 2013. Now, it's Wikipedia, so it's reasonably accurate. After giving an anonymous interview about experiences to Andrew Norfolk of the Times newspaper, Woodhouse has actively supported pardoning child sexual abuse victims for crimes they were coerced into committing. She's got a criminal record on account of the fact that her groomer forced her to commit crimes. And some crimes have not been absolved, even though Asif Hussain, Arshid Hussain, Banaras and Basharat Hussain are all serving long prison sentences for the same thing. And it's either Banaras or Basharat Hussein's. I fitted and tiled his bathroom on Godstone Road in Rotherham about 16 years ago. And you wonder why I smoke and drink.
Everything what got like child abuse in their like title is like they're supposed to be just shoot down at the spot.
Yeah. But apparently it only took the world's richest South African to actually buy Twitter and actually run with the story. And all of a sudden, the politicians that have been covering it up are running around like scared, headless fucking chickens. And
because those Fishki buggers were involved in it. That's all. That's why they cover it. Fishki buggers. Yeah. That's winding me up.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Fucking annoying. Very annoying.
So, Lofer, how much beer you got left? I got like quarter of can.
That much. I think this glass might be contaminated because it had a fucking good head on it when I poured it. And look at it now. Flat as a pancake. There's still a few bubbles coming up.
Hey, that was the tax. They took away tax of your beer. That's why the head is gone. Head is gone. I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big world, small world. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be
living in a small world, but it's connected to the big one, unfortunately. And we got to deal with the all shit what those big world shitting out on us.
Yeah.
Small bits of the small world.
Yeah. Big world, small world. Anyway, I need to micturate, which is a posh word for pass water. So I'm going to calm down because I got told off one night because I calmed down, but I left my mic open and people could hear me wee-weeing.
Oi.
Okay, how do we do this? Where is it? Bloody hell.
It's ain't nothing like we never heard before, so come on. You know, it is such a taboo when someone forget to mute their mics and went to the toilet, and certainly you see the stream of water making noise, and everyone say, ew, ooh, how he could do that. But come on, it's the same sound when you go yourself, right? Beer glasses should only be washed with the hot water washing liquid. Takes the head off. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't know. We got to ask Lofer if he washed his beer glass with liquid or something. I mean soap. Interesting. That's why I drink like straight from the can, at least in these cases. At summertime, when it's like super hot, I like to have my beer chilled. But now when I got like, in the cave, it's like 22, but the beer is like 16, 17 degrees, so that's acceptable. Almost like half chilled. That's good enough. Lover, there was a question for you earlier on. How do you wash your beer glass? Do you use soap to it?
No, just hot water normally. Or when I'm sterilising my bottles, I just put them in with the Steritabs sanitising tablets.
Okay, that was the reason why I asked. On the screen, if you look at it.
No, I was away. I had to go and fill me what's it with water and check a wee. Yeah.
Okay.
Detergents do destroy the head.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we got like 5 minutes, actually 4 minutes to 1. Where am I at the moment? So I believe that's going to be a decent time to end it up. On the counter, we got like 3 hours and 20 minutes almost. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say thank you very much, everyone, for the good time. Hope you enjoyed the scrap part. Hope you enjoyed the chat part. And saying that, I'm gonna say as well, thank you very much, Lover, for jumping into the panel, showing me like a little bit info about the washing machine and all other topics. What was like?
Yeah, bit of it. We won't go there. We'll gloss over that. Oh, and by the way, folks, Lover's top tip. Got to get a top tip in or a book recommendation. We'll leave it at the top tip. If you're turning your heating on at this time of year, make sure that the pressure is at least, if you've got a combination boiler or a pressurized system boiler, direct or indirect, whether it's if it's not tank fed from your loft, if it's pressurized, make sure that the pressure is at least 1 bar, and go around and vent off all the excess air in your radiators using one of these things, a radiator key, and top up the pressure and make sure that if you want to, if you're confident, do a part drain off and top up your central heating system with corrosion inhibitor, at least 500 millilitres if you're running around about anywhere between 7 and 12 radiators. 500 millilitres of corrosion inhibitor, top it up, easiest place is your towel ladder, glug, turn it in, repressurize, vent off your radiators so air doesn't get into the system and form hematite sludge, which will fur up your plate-to-plate secondary heat exchanger.
Quick tips for everyone who missing the heat. So there you go, guys. All what you got to do, just what Lover say. How easy was that? Right?
Unless you're in America, because American plumbing is fucking mental.
Otherwise, call someone. Not me, though. Anyway, ladies and gents, have a good one. Thank you for tonight, and cheers, peeps. See you on the next Saturday.
Raf, okay, tell me about YouTube, because there's a delay, lag and a delay. Have you got another 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?